Yo, so I just competed in the BrickOffs Gold Rush. It was like an hour ago, it just finished. I just watched the mainstream VOD back once just to get an idea of what the commentators are saying so I can kind of bounce off of it while I'm doing the post commentary here. But yeah, I guess spoilers. I guess I did not advance out of this match. Basically, the way it works is the four of us got matched up here, and we play a total of 3 seeds. And it's not whoever completes the seed first. You're not racing. You're racing to complete the seed as fast as you can, but you're not specifically trying to place first in every seed. It's the average completion time over all 3 seeds. So that, and only one out of each group of four will move on. So I did not move on just to have that kind of mental of the situation going into watching this. But yeah, I thought there was a lot of interesting decisions that I think I made. There were a lot of wrong decisions that I think I made. A lot of things that the commentators, I think after watching this back once, some they did pick up, some that they didn't pick up that I thought were worth mentioning, and some things that I learned while watching, seeing the other players run, because obviously I do not know, besides the advancements in chat and etc., what they're going through. So I thought it would be interesting to run a post commentary, because literally right after the match ended, I was like, dude, there were so many things that I did wrong that I think are funny, and like interesting decisions and things that I immediately knew in the moment were wrong. So we'll get into it.
Seed.
I will mainly let it play out. I won't be skipping around too much. I'll be pausing a little bit, but it is quite long, so I'm not going to interject too often. We'll mainly try to talk over.
But for the first ocean seed that I'm gonna get
so
to
they said this was shipwreck seed.
Today. We'll see how these runners get on with
normally I like to do what the other runners are doing, and thin and
very close
for
shipwreck
it,
to
I just immediately saw
spawn.
it.
Not hard to
Not
miss.
good food
Sometimes
here.
shipwrecks
19
can be a
flesh.
little bit hard to find.
No carrots, no bread.
It should be
like
pretty
that.
easy for them.
Not fun.
Not much food though.
Not great materials
Only,
either. That is, I think that was 9. No, that was 5
Only
gold.
19 rotten flesh it looks like.
So I think
for
the
food
most
here.
correct play would be to make
Which
gold axe, because
really
obviously
won't
we
be
don't
a
have
lot.
enough for iron axe.
Really gonna be really gonna limit the amount of pearls they can throw.
That is not what I do.
With the healing on those.
Yeah.
And I was conscious of
Unless
that. That
there's
wasn't
somebody
like
that's
a
decent at killing
mistake, I
hoglins,
guess. That was
I would
a conscious
maybe
decision
Yeah.
that I made.
Let me see. I want to know. Do have a list of what the bash.
Because obviously the idea with this is, we're less experienced players, right? We're not diamond and netherite and everything like that, so we are not playing risky. I think what I do end up making, I guess the spoiler, is making a gold helmet so that I'm safer in the bastion. If you're going up against players who are a lot more confident, if you are a player that's a lot more confident, that's definitely not necessary. But I kind of am okay with not having armor in the bastion for most times, but I know that maybe against other players who either will run into the bastion with no armor and die, or will also make the same safe decision. So I think that was the correct play in this situation.
It's not a bridge, I'll say that.
Not a bridge, so they're not going to
So yeah, they're talking about
those
hoglins
hoglins on the bridge.
That would be nice.
Not gonna get that easy food.
I mean, they could still get, if it ends up in a crimson, they can still get some hoglins, but it's gonna be more out of the way.
So Liam and
not
do both
guaranteed.
make
You're gonna
gold axe. And there's technical difficulties here for a little bit, so I will
I think the whole
skip here.
right gone.
And I think things go out of sync a little bit, but Pepper also does make the gold
Okay,
helmet.
we're good.
So
We're back.
I think
Okay.
my play
Except
may
for-
have been
What?
incorrect in hindsight, obviously, but yeah, that is the choice that I decided to make, and there was thought behind it, right? It wasn't just reckless. Oh, I need to make a helmet because I'm going to die. Here, I go for a 2x1.
I don't
It's
have.
already sloppy. I'm not very practiced in this. I know how to do it. I normally fine, but you see here, I obby. So that wasn't fun.
Try refreshing.
Luckily, the commentators don't pick up on it, and I
To me, it
don't
looks
look
like
too
both,
much of an idiot, but
If Liam and
obviously I'm
Nyax
bringing
are
it up
both
now.
entering
I
both
think
in
things
this
are quite off sync here, so I don't
bastion
know
now,
the
it's
timelines.
looking like a
I know that I wasn't entering first. That's pretty much all I knew. I knew that the bastion was
a
decently close.
housing
Just
bastion.
based on obviously the context clues that you get
Liam
from
opted
chat.
to do
Here you can see
manhunt
I'm running the
route
bastion, so things
while
are quite decent.
Next do it in a top down.
Here
Interesting
I
to see.
throw the gold to distract them so that they don't instantly get mad at me when I break the chest. And then you can punch it on the way down so that it's not stuck up trading. So that
Which
is
one
what I
pays
do.
off
I don't
during
know
the
if I hit
seed?
the correct one, honestly, but sure.
Kyle also in the bastion now.
So here I'm going down into the bastion,
Also doing manhunt
and
route.
then streams
Oh,
cut out
sorry,
at a
top
little
down route,
bit
Sorry.
of, I guess, convenient time for my
My
sake,
apologies.
but I do die here.
Cool.
You
Okay,
can see.
we got everything back.
The piglin that I hit, I made it down to the backup spot, and then the piglin that I hit was obviously still mad. I didn't have the space in my brain to say, okay, we need to kill him instead. He just chased me straight through. I didn't get to block off, and he killed me there. I wasn't able to distract him at all.
And there's a death.
So that is what
Trying to
happened.
do a top down route. Kyle's died in the
I could pull up
doing
my
the top down
VOD
route.
separately and try and play them
So,
next to each other, but
They're
that's
gonna need
just
to swim back and
not worth it. I would just tell you what happened.
try and
That's
hopefully
fine.
recover.
Oh my gosh, they
from
can't like
that
get
death.
back to their.
I bought it out here.
Get back.
That was stupid because
I
I
think
know
what
how
you
to
do there
do
is
this.
destroy.
I
oh,
just
that
went the
works
wrong way, but that's okay.
Yeah, they should be able to get in. You can still like
The
you
bastion
can
was
like
fairly close. I know that the pigs are trading. I
you can surely
knew
get
that I
your way
could
in.
check
Yeah, that
for gold
works.
armor. I didn't know if there was any at the top.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
now.
if they wanted to commit to that, they
But
could have just destroyed that.
Some blocks just for safety
the door.
because you
they
don't
could've swam
know.
in.
Yeah.
I don't know where the pigs
Looks like
are.
a pretty
where my stuff
standard
is.
seed. I do know sherbets
Yeah.
tend to give some people issues because of the lack
Luckily,
of
did
food.
leave armor. I don't
Yeah.
know why I picked up the iron. Couldn't tell you.
This is going to be one of those seeds where I lack food, but they are in a Crimson Forest, so definitely
my
the
stuff is
potential to
here,
kill
so
some
it's totally
hoglins here
fine.
and
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Remedy
Obviously, I
that.
lost like
Or
probably
get
a
hit
good
by some.
45 seconds.
or
But
get hit by some.
Let's hope
You
that's
never
not
know.
the case.
It is what it is. Not
Yeah.
a million miles
And,
behind for what happened.
Now all runners
The
now
pigs
in this.
definitely had a chance to have wandered around a little bit more. So there's a chance that the pigs wandered onto the terrain or wandered far enough away that the breaking the gold box wouldn't aggro them, and that I would have less pigs in my route and therefore be taking longer. So there's that chance, but not much I can do there.
Bastion. Kyle grabbing their loot after their
I
death.
saw there was 2 or 3 pigs there, so I felt somewhat confident that I had
And
enough. And obviously, even if I didn't, there's not really much I could do
Continuing the
besides
route
like,
that they
maybe
started.
forcing both manhunt.
Yeah, everyone looks pretty
Manhunt
good.
as well.
I see
Yeah.
Nix is pie charting right now.
But yeah, I hear how many
Yeah,
pigs there
I see
are.
the pie chart on their
Fairly
screen.
Kind
fair
of
enough.
close. It's still 12 chunks away. That could be.
Obviously, no one is in Fortress yet,
pearls
because
about.
even without death, that would be very
Yeah.
fast for how skilled we are, and how skilled we are supposed to be. I forgot to toggle hard, and I kind of wasn't like it was kind of a conscious decision to not do it right away because I knew that the pigs could be somewhere else, and that was kind of blocking up space in my head. But I do decide to toggle it anyway.
Pepper now pie
I don't
charting.
remember if I
Liam
retoggle
looks
back
like
Yeah.
he's
right away.
out.
I think I do it here.
Yeah. So very fast from Liam.
Yeah.
Already leaving this bastion.
Obviously, we don't see.
Depending on
Fort.
how
The other
far
runners
this
had
fort is, could be
pie
a
charted
sub 6
before me.
fort enter.
Still have
Fairly
19
close.
flesh.
11
I don't
chunks is
super
not
know if I would
far.
prioritize like
Yeah.
food right
Here
now.
is
I
the
think
first
it's
way that I
fine.
check.
I think
That
I-
there is a mistake that I make because I know which way I'm facing. I go that way. I see that it's there. I say okay, and then I turn around to
I
walk
think
back,
having 19 flesh
and I
is
notice
fine.
it
then you
says
just
east.
maybe
So I
do a
type
strategic
myself
depth.
east to remind myself, and that is the complete opposite direction.
Yeah, I
You set up
think,
the
yeah.
point.
I think right now, yeah, I'd keep
I
this
that is not
flesh.
something that I do often.
Just
I like making
try and play
that as a
safe, not
mistake.
take
I
too
do.
much
I can
damage,
try to note to
and just
myself
play using this
where the
19
fortresses
flesh
and all that.
rather than waste
I
that
don't
time to
normally
kill Hoglin.
get it wrong like that.
But they're having a bit of trouble right now with a
luckily it does
with a
not matter
skeleton
because I
if they pearl
recognize.
away from it.
Okay, it wasn't that way, right? So
And next also
but
after
that was a mistake there that could
fortress
have
now too
gone very wrong
a
if I
few
just blindly
blazes.
trusted what I.
Oh my
I-
gosh.
on them.
Oh my
Obviously, I
gosh.
see everyone or two
Still
other runners
having
are
their
in the
chunk
forts,
borders up.
and I'm like, okay, I know that I
Yeah.
died. I know that
They,
I'm going to be behind.
their entry is
I'm not
full,
just
so
getting
their
wrong
Oh my
first
gosh.
rod
So
I'm scared for that.
dropped
I'm
into
like,
the
okay,
lava.
I can make up time if I need, or if I finish, second or third. That's totally
Alright.
fine. That's expected, if anything. And moving here, I see
Where's
that I
Liam?
still have
Oh, I
a
see.
lot of flesh. I don't know if I ate any. I think that might
Pepper
still be
looks like
19.
They're just leaving the
So I
Bastion
feel very good about my
now.
food
Kyle
situation.
already out of the Bastion.
That might be 17 now, so I
Whoa,
might have eaten
Liam
one
is
in the Bastion.
towering to
I'm looking
the
here, I
heavens,
see it.
looks like. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out the best terrain to get there.
Interesting idea.
Very tall tower for Liam.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Now I know that
you
all
do have a lot
runners
of.
are in the
I mean,
forts,
he does have a lot
Yeah.
but
of.
I'm
gravel,
not as
so-
behind as I could be, which is good for the
Yeah.
mental. I pro
always
to
forget
this
to
terrain
put the
here.
gravel- Yeah, still
So obviously I
have the
don't just want to pro
chunk
to
borders
lava or
Interesting
try to pro
insight.
into the
Wrong
low,
way
get
to
mine very
gold
low,
axe.
which probably would have happened.
So hopefully they have a
I
replacement
try and look
iron
under
axe
here to
there,
see if the
or
spawner is
crafting
that
one
way.
now,
Don't see it.
appears.
Could have voted down, but I felt confident enough with the amount of food that I had that that wouldn't be a problem.
Y'all look a
That is
little
probably still a
confused in this
mistake to not
fort.
vote down, but
Yeah.
it wasn't.
All of them
Wow.
going to.
That's a lot of withers on Nyx's.
Obviously we see that
kinda
there's a
crazy.
lot of shit in everyone's fort,
Nyx dying. They
but
Oh,
I
no!
don't know that.
They burnt
right? I
to a
see that some people
blaze.
some people have a rod, some
Oh
people
my
don't. I don't know that the
gosh.
spawner's hard to find. I'm kind of walking
So
around.
now
Their stuff is safe though. They
definitely
fully
not a
dead.
great
Yeah,
fort.
they should. They
They
should
broke
be
to a
safe.
safe
They
spot.
I
should
believe
be
I don't
safe,
believe I
but
saw it.
yeah.
That was
But just
honestly a
that this is
W
the good
clutch
part of the
because they
fort.
had died.
I miss, but not terribly.
Like where they were before. I think half their
I am
stuff.
taking a lot of
if not
damage again,
more,
but
would've landed in
I do
lava.
know that I
Yeah.
can be kind of reckless because I'm okay on food. I don't think I should have done that, but
So very good save from them.
Yeah,
Since
no
you were
one.
this year,
Oh, Liam
I'm
died
not
too.
confident.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I think
Liam,
it's
not
yeah,
again.
everyone
another-
died, thankfully.
A death from
Everyone's
Liam.
died.
I just lost the seed.
None of them have found the spawner yet. Interesting.
So yeah,
I guess
obviously
it's
the
time to
commentators don't. No one
learn
spawned no one's found the
eye
spawner.
charting for the
I
spawner.
obviously don't know that. There's only a couple people that have
Yeah.
rods, and I assume it's safe to assume
Maybe
that
it's
people
time
are
to
just
rely
getting
on
lost
a
to
strays
spawner.
here to get this.
I go down here and I feel pretty good about this
completion.
because I didn't see it exposed, and obviously it can be down here in this.
It is in a warp biome, so
I do find it. I'm actually the first one
normally
to
you
find
do
it.
get a little bit more, I believe, in a
Again, I
warped,
wasn't really expecting
in
that
a
because of
warped
how far
forest
behind
biome.
I was. I was probably
Because of
3 minutes behind into the fort.
the ability that only
behind the
Enderman
first
can
two at
spawn
least.
in warp forests.
I think I see Pepper is going the correct way now. The other two have
But
died
yeah,
and are going back.
It's not a soul
Pepper
sandbag.
So obviously, me having died so early and in a quote-unquote convenient spot was a lot better than having died in the fort.
Now, Pepper now the first person to get to a spawner.
Pepper
And
is the
also
underdog here.
Kyle. Yeah, Kyle also
So we get to it about
had
the
a
same time,
spawner.
I believe, with the stream delay and everything.
I think Pepper's average going into this tournament.
And
he
again,
has
I'm
the
playing
highest
reckless.
average.
That is not correct. It's just
Yeah,
that I
he's
don't
a-
really care, and I know
He's a
that I can take
23.59
damage.
average right
I
now.
shouldn't,
Yeah, it was
really.
kind of sandbagged from like really early games. And Pepper is also somebody who was in the BrickOffs 1.
See, I don't know anything about these competitors. I checked their Discord bio to see if there's any information there, and I don't think there was for anybody. So I didn't really think about that at all. I didn't look deeper. I was like, okay, it doesn't matter to me. I'll just play as fast as I can, and that's fine.
So
Yeah.
he's used to competition. He made it really far. He got 4th place in
Yeah.
our last comp. So he's very used to competition.
Double blaze bed here because I know I have.
He
a lot
also
of
made
explosives,
it past the
which is
first
totally fine.
round of the Koreaway tournament too. So
Oh, really?
very
I am
used to
still playing,
tournaments.
I'm
yeah,
behind,
he was
but I know
able to
that
get past
I
that
need
first
to not
round,
rush regardless,
which
so.
can be very tough to do.
I am chugging
Like
through my food
last
here.
round,
I think here's when I realized
Lumafly
like,
had
okay, I can't
V-strued the
be
first
this
round,
reckless, so I should
you know,
chill.
it can be very tough to even just do one round in that tournament.
Yeah.
But
No,
He's-
I got lucky. My
he's very used to
opponent
tournaments.
Cancelled.
I don't know how many
yeah,
rounds
he's
I have
very used to
here,
these tournaments.
but I know I blind at about this time. I'm trying to box
So
up the
yeah, even
skeletons
with his
here.
lower average,
I don't want to get jump scared.
maybe a
10
little bit
minutes
more
later.
experience in
C4
tournament
pause, I
settings.
believe.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he seems to be doing every tournament he can.
The
Yeah,
other two runners are pretty much back
Nick
the
still with
fort,
the chunk
I believe.
borders. Maybe it's gonna give him good luck.
yeah, I'm
Obviously-
very interested in this chunk border play.
Obviously, I
I'm
don't know
not
that
sh-
the other two had died.
Honestly,
so
my
I'm
brain does a good
surprised
job
that I'm
of
blinding
blocking it
first.
out when I'm really focused, but with chunk
No,
borders
maybe I should have assumed
specifically,
that
Yeah.
people died
it's a
when
little
I'm blinding
hard.
first, like I should be behind.
Yeah.
But
As a
That's not
blaze
something
walks
that's
up the
necessary to think
stairs on
about, I
their
think.
screen.
They're all kind of different spots here. I mean, they're
I
like
don't
all in
know
the
Yeah.
same
how I
space, but
get this
kinda not.
measurement so
I don't know
bad.
what
Like, I have
Liam's
to
doing.
Yeah.
3 eyes for nothing.
Maybe
just
just getting bugs to try
sensitivity, I
and get
guess, I
back
don't
to where
It's just bad.
Yeah, it
they
seems so.
died. Maybe finding
Luckily,
it a
it's like
little
a
bit
10
tough to
second
get
time
back.
loss.
I
at
would
this level,
lower my
that's fine.
RD when you get
If
when
you're
you
in
get close
playoffs,
to the
that
fort,
matters.
or when you get
Here,
close to
not
where all your
really,
stuff
right?
is.
You can make
it's
10
good to, like,
seconds
lower
anywhere,
your
pretty
render
much.
distance, just so that there's a
You can
chance
make
it
10 seconds
doesn't
anywhere, you can lose
respawn.
10 seconds anywhere. And that's just how it
Yeah,
is.
it looks like that's what they're doing with the
Oh yeah. Mhm.
low
Well,
red
that spawns
distance on
here.
the
I
screen
figure I
right
can
now.
probably leave
That's
after
smart.
this.
Maybe
Unless the
maybe
rates are
trying to
absolutely
maybe
terrible.
thinking about killing an enderman
I think
maybe.
one I did
to
break
grow.
when I was throwing like 3,
I
so I
would
have to
do
get an
that.
I'm
extra
not
rod,
sure.
which is
Oh,
unfortunate.
okay.
Obviously, that's further time loss, but hey.
Kyle, I think has
Can't help
all
being bad.
of her rods. I want to say she's going to quartz
See,
now.
I'm quite
Yeah.
ahead here. Actually,
It looks like
looking at it
I saw
now.
Kyle measuring a little bit earlier.
Next
Pepper
one, I only
now
have
also
one rod.
Oh,
measuring
Pepper,
their
Pepper
eyes.
doesn't do
Measuring
bow
as well.
dye. It doesn't look like. That's
Yeah,
a
it
little
doesn't
bit of a time loss.
appear so.
If she doesn't do both,
I'm also a big fan of the activate windows in the bottom
Thank you.
corner
And
of
he's
the
been able to-
Pepper's,
he went quite far,
Pepper's
so-
screen. I think it really
Bow
adds
dye.
to the
That's pretty
gameplay.
crazy. Here I was going. Wait, what was it? I should have probably tried to use real box, but hey, it's
I
fine.
wouldn't say anyone's in
Next
like a
also
commanding
just-
lead.
so
They're all
here-
kind
now
of in similar
finally-
spots.
The cords are here. They're right below here. I don't want to boat into lava and have to build either up or off the leg and down. Here we're at Y52 something. It wasn't super high, but obviously I know 52 you're pretty much going to get surfaced. So there were also,
Yeah.
I'll let it play out.
Yeah, Nyx also
I know
now
there are two
finally
wither skeletons right there.
in a place
So I
spawner,
don't want
so
them
able
to sneak
to
up on me because
be
I have
able
like
to
3
get these
flesh.
rods very
and
quickly
I will
now.
be dead. I know that dropping down here, if the terrain connects here, the wither skeleton could very well drop. I know that they are willing to drop quite far to go after a player, so that's something that I was thinking about, and that's kind of why I was playing so slow. The commentators don't see that, and they're kind of confused what I'm doing, which
What is
rightfully
Kyle
so.
doing?
I don't know if they know that I have blinded already.
I don't know.
She
I
should be
feel like
blinding,
it
I'm
looks
so
like they're trying to
confused.
get down.
I think
But-
ND does
I
know
think
that
they
I
might
am
be trying to
at
get down
cords.
without taking too much damage.
That is
Are
correct.
But I
they
don't
low
think
on
the damage should
pearls?
matter too much.
The wither skeletons
so-
were mainly the thing that were freaking me out, as well as the time loss from building out up the lava. Obviously, you can see that everyone else is still killing blazes. That's probably not something that I should have been thinking about too much, but obviously I don't know that. I think one other person had blinded, so maybe I should have known that I was quite ahead.
I'm confused. Okay. Oh.
It's hard to
Oh,
tell.
she's just gonna Okay, she's just gonna build her.
The cords are here.
Very
What is
high.
I
happening?
know that this is Y49. That is much higher than I'm comfortable with. Normally, I would like to go down to 35. Obviously, I know people say that about 40 is fine, something like that, but 49 is just not correct, right?
A very, very high
The
to
commentators
build
do
that
pick that up.
portal. Why 48?
Maybe she wants to conserve
Y49?
a
Yeah,
lot.
I try to go and risk it since the wither skeletons haven't dropped yet, so I figure, okay, maybe it's fine.
You can't like. If she goes down.
41
to, like,
still,
the
and people
Oh
do
no,
say
changing
41
their
is
mind. Did they
okay.
realize they're on the wrong chords? Or they?
I was
Yeah,
still
now they're
very
going a little bit
apprehensive
lower.
about it.
So adjusting that.
Was not happy with this height.
Wow.
Yeah, building that portal here
At
finally.
40, I
Land
believe
only
that
on
is.
2.5
So a
And you
little
can see
bit-
here.
A little
too
bit of
high.
indecisiveness there, but
So I guess building it at 49 or 48 or whatever it was would have had the same effect, but yeah. Try to go a little lower. I definitely wasted more time trying to figure that out than if I just jumped into lava, but
finally able to build that portal. And they should be the first person in the stronghold. Missing, actually.
Well,
so
they didn't build it really high. It
Yeah.
might just be.
They
like,
did change it to 42 though, so it's not
Oh.
crazy high.
Yeah, I guess
yeah,
you're
so
right.
that should have in most
It
scenarios
seems
been
like it-
fine, but I think
yeah,
the
it
surface set is this, if that says 60, then that's just, yeah, that's the reason why, and that's just unlucky.
Just be here.
It could be. I
Pepper
would
That's
still.
62,
is
I
almost on
believe.
quartz
I
levels.
trust. I think
And
it's.
water
I think
so
that
that
your
I
best choice is to
die.
always just trust Ninja Rainbot and
And
just
yes.
dig down
I
here,
have no reason to
Yeah.
believe that I measured wrong, really.
getting that water.
Even though I had to throw
Yeah,
And
the
that's what
guys,
they're
I
gonna
know
do.
that
They're not gonna throw another eye. They're
on.
just gonna trust their
So-
Ninja Rainbot and
Oh,
dig down
and it
these
hits.
quads.
Pepper is gonna.
Obviously, I know the breath is always going to be a little bit weird when you have to dig down, but there's nothing I can really do
No,
anyway.
maybe be on quartz
Yeah.
if Pepper got the correct coordinates for this.
Yeah, and
That
yeah,
looks good
yeah.
to me right away.
Pepper
Pepper
is
does.
in
Pepper
also
hits.
in the stronghold.
Looking for food.
In
So,
starter.
death reset.
Oh, not in
I was
starter.
confused.
No, not in
because
starter.
Wow,
Yeah,
obviously
that's-
that still looks good.
That's
in a
confusing.
just completely different random staircase with a zombie horde. Like, what is this?
Oh my gosh.
There's no
The
light
zombie
here,
army
so
on
I'm
the
not
screen.
confused.
Why are they committing this way? Do we know this is where starter is? The longer you
I
stand
don't
there,
think
the
it is.
less
I
light...
think you just go to. You can just go to the right. You can see
Yeah, Pepper's
starter
going
is to
to-
the
Oh,
right
maybe he
through an
needs
iron
food.
door.
Oh,
This
okay,
is my
we're
first
pie
time
charting
seeing
from
the
there.
I really like
See, I
the
do again, and I get the same direction, and I'm just confused because it's back here somewhere, and I don't know how to get there.
the preemptive screen from Pepper. I really hope they bring that up. That was a big
No,
fan of
this is
that.
the more correct direction.
I didn't see it. I need to
I know
know.
that that's library. I don't see a
I
way off to
saw
the left.
Feinberg
so
and it said, "You're a chud."
What? How dare? How dare with the
yeah, it was this
Feinberg
way. I just had to figure out
standard.
how to get there, pretty much.
Okay, good death reset from Pepper.
There's a one eye, so I could have
Yeah,
left.
and
And
Kyle
I'm
first
lost,
to
but
find a stronghold,
obviously
the
that's not
portal room
correct.
here.
What's going on on the
So,
exit
one eye.
screen?
Yeah,
Why
did
are
they
we still
die? It
at
looked like.
Jump Force?
Oh no,
No, 'cause
they.
they
Yeah,
had
I think they
stuff.
must have missed. They must have missed, right? Because
I think
they were
Next
digging down.
Didn't have 20 obby somehow. I don't know if they didn't get backups or something. Maybe missed a chest, didn't go top.
They must have
But-
missed.
Yeah,
Something
Kyle's in
went
the
wrong.
lead. Liam is still at the spawner. Mine.
Obviously, I see only one other person. Has I spied and hasn't entered end. I did miss, so I didn't know if they had missed. I didn't know what was happening, but I knew at least I was in second.
Get out right now. Still on 2.5 hearts. Kind of scary. Not enough obby. Oh.
Oh.
Okay. It wasn't that far away, so maybe that's okay.
Yeah, hopefully they should be good here. As Kyle, the first person to enter
I
this
could have gone for that zero,
end.
but that's really not something that I was thinking about at all in this event. I didn't know if people knew how to. Obviously, if people didn't know how to, because I do know the basics, I can, right? I can do it in a run, but, and if I would have pulled it off, it would have been a time save, it would have been
Ooh,
better,
what's
but if I
Kyle
died,
shook their.
it's over.
Oh,
And
like
the
they don't
commentators
have
do
a
see
bow,
it.
probably.
I
That's
shake my mouse because I don't have a bow for half bow.
Yeah,
for
and that's
half-
not
it's
ideal.
Okay.
But they
I
should
mean,
be
you're
good.
first in.
they
It's
should
not
be
that
good.
big
They've
of a
got
deal.
yeah. They enter with 4 minutes left of the seed, so they will be getting the
Yeah, definitely. That was what's going through my
max
head.
purge
Yeah.
before the end of the seed.
I just didn't want to
Pepper
lose
used a
per
little
se.
bit in this stronghold. Definitely, probably because.
Yeah,
He
Liam taking a death reset.
Yeah, it's just like.
I think the seed, the
Pepper's
perch was
spikes are gonna be super
okay.
unreliable because he spent so long killing those zombies and not trying to focus on.
But
going
just
to
not having the bow
Yeah.
and having to sit there.
Although
is
the
unlucky.
zombies were probably good
Unfortunate.
for the extra rotten
That's just my
flesh.
fault. Because I had way more
Yeah.
than enough beds, and I shouldn't have crafted a bed and made a bow.
However, I don't know how much that rotten flesh would really matter at this point in the seed. If you know you can just death reset when you get to the portal room.
That's true.
It shouldn't
yeah.
really matter
oh,
too
there
much.
it is. Cool.
Yeah, portal
That
room
looked
right
like a
here.
perch to me.
So they will also be entering
It
very
wasn't. Did I know my mouse
momentarily.
perch?
Pepper does know how to
Ain't
zero,
fair.
but he might be rusty. So I don't know if it was a
Mhm.
zeroable. I don't think he's gonna go for it. It doesn't look like it's set up. But
I believe it
You
looks
know,
like
I
a
did- I
tall
did get creeped
tower.
a little bit. I think yeah, it was quite tall.
Oh, yeah, it
so
was
maybe I
tall.
would
Yeah,
have
it looks
He's
like
not
a pretty
even
tall
for it.
tower. It looks like maybe a 97 that looks like.
Yeah, I can. I don't know how to 97.
Yeah, very understandable to just not go for that and just prep for this.
Again, not that I was thinking about zero cycling in this
Prep for
event,
this
but
one cycle.
Niek still sailing
That is not
across
something
the
that I
Great
would have
Blue
hit,
Ocean
so.
with his strong quarters on.
not punished.
I wonder how
I'm
that
really a
happened.
big fan of this this gameplay style of keeping the chunk borders
Pepper
on
also
the
doesn't have
entire seed.
Although
That's
he
so
has
silly.
a crossbow, so
I think this might be new meta that catches on. I
Odd.
won't be surprised if next playoffs we see this tech come out from Mongi even.
here.
Wow,
yeah, I do get
Kyle
kinda
is
grief.
still
Do get
waiting for
kinda
this
punished.
perch. Did they miss
This was
the
the
first
bad one.
perch?
Is that an insta perch? No, I think Pepper might just got duped out by the dragon death.
I don't know if perches
Yeah,
were
for
standardized.
sure.
I know that that's a
Definitely
setting in
looked
prep
like it
rooms
was
now.
going to be a
but
perch.
Yeah.
obviously, I'm like,
I'm a little
this is just
scared
not
for
fun no
Niek
matter what.
because it
even if
is
it's standardized
nighttime
or
and they're
not.
on 3 hearts.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are
they're making a bed,
a
okay.
bed now. Yeah.
Yeah, so it
Speed
flies
making
towards
a
me
bed.
again.
Oh, gonna
So-
definitely set. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
That's
gonna
not
get
fun.
that death reset.
I'm
The
question
one thing
marking
about
chat.
Pepper though is they did enter this end after 3 minutes. They might not be able to complete the seed
Yeah,
at
if
all.
it is
That would
standardized, it's
really
pretty
be
For
fun.
max, if it
unfortunate.
comes to max perch.
I get baited.
Wow,
With
yeah.
low food,
Are they
it's
both
not
just gonna
good.
get a
But it does
max
perch here. I think that was max perch.
Kyle went
Yeah,
all
it
the way
looks
for
like-
so long.
Looks like Kyle is
bet early,
Kyle's is
just 'cause we don't
perching
have
now,
enough beds.
Ooh,
which I
not-
think is
okay,
about
that
a
bed's
230
These first two were
perch.
definitely
Yeah.
very bad, but it was
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, Kyle gets a run
That
in.
was barely like.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see if Pepper. Oh, Pepper
Maybe
is searching for
it is.
Pepper.
I
Should be
would have
good.
wanted to
Yeah,
build,
perching Pepper.
but
So both of these gonna be finishing seed very close
not
together.
exact completion.
1906.
Obviously, I did die, but
906.
Not good.
Pepper probably going to be finishing
The other
around
two
1917.
Do just give up
Yeah.
and build a house. But I think I had about a 15-second lead. Throughout this, I was not thinking about the average or the sums of our completion. That's not something that I tried to clog my head with. I'm just gonna let this play out while I talk because they're just building houses and not having to finish the seed. Obviously, they have 40 seconds left. The time limit is 20 minutes, so obviously there's nothing you can do here. But I guess just talk over it. I wasn't thinking about other players' times. I wasn't thinking about my average. I wasn't thinking about how fast do I need to be to advance out. Because to me that's kind of pointless when we're all playing the same seed with different RNG and different, we're different brains, right? We make different decisions. Like, playing faster will screw with me. Some people are better with the nerves and all that kind of thing. I am not. If I feel like that I have to play faster, I will play riskier and I will probably die. So, not really what I wanted to go for. Here,
All
is about
right.
11 seconds.
We have a 1906,
So,
1917, 22
not
minutes.
as much of a lead as would be good for a format where we're comparing averages. Obviously, if it was just best of 3 and I won the seed, that would have been nice, but nope. So,
22 minutes. It's actually pretty close.
but obviously
even
that's
though
not
we
really
had
something
two
that I was
without
thinking
a
about. I was like,
completion.
okay,
Yeah.
I completed the seed. I didn't get penalized with the 22-minute penalty. That's totally fine by me.
And the
Second one was Temple seed.
see the players are reloading in seed, getting ready for seed 2.
Temple is pretty visible.
All
I have 5 and I see a river. I see
Oh, I think
food.
I
I see
remember the
trees.
seed.
I don't immediately spot a
Yeah.
lava pool,
Very
which is something to
very
note
easy
in
spot.
a
There's a
second.
temple. Not going to be. Shouldn't be too. Yeah, you can run it.
So there is gravel here,
Should be pretty
which
nice.
is important to note because obviously I saw the river, but you don't need to go to the
Wait,
river.
how does Mix have a
There's a
glorp on
temple.
its cave? He has a glorp on his cave.
I think some people
Did you see
didn't.
that?
Oh.
Go for the
Little
gravel.
cat?
Next
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
go
You
for
can
the gravel.
you can edit it in the skin
I'm not sure if
files.
we-
I didn't know
I
you
know
could do
Impune-
that.
Yeah, I know Imfume does something similar to have LeBron James on his
Oh,
cave.
that's funny.
So I'm going towards the river because obviously I know I need water, even though I don't need flint anymore. And obviously this is where the trees are anyway. I don't immediately spot a lava pool still.
Oh.
Yeah, you
So
have
then
to
I
die in the
see
skin
this rune
files
portal.
to
And I do end up going to it.
keep the glow up on.
I think this is an incorrect play if you see a lava pool, but I didn't, and I didn't know where it was. I didn't know if it was far away. Maybe it was in this direction anyway. But if you see a lava pool, this is definitely going for it. Is definitely the incorrect play because you have flint. You could get gold armor, food, something like that. I didn't immediately see any food on this line, so that would have been good. But as far as just enter purposes, going for that RP is probably the wrong play. But I did not see a lava pool, so
I'm not a huge fan of temple seeds just because it does
Yeah.
take kind of a while to get into the nether. It's a little overwhelming, and
It's a
if
very
you
slow
die and
seed
you have to
type,
reset,
yeah.
it's such a nightmare.
It's
Yeah,
so
definitely.
draining. If a death in Desert Temple
Mm-hmm.
can be so bad for the mental.
Yeah. On the bright side, if you have a death and you don't have to death and you don't have to reset your whole seed, you probably have some blocks laying around that you threw out. that
Yeah, you get a
use.
lot of blocks. You can get some.
So
I
here's where I
love
said to go for the rune
the
portal,
good
because I
thing
don't see
about my
lava.
favorite thing about Desert Temple seeds though.
I don't grab
Is when
the
you get to
pigs
the
that I saw who
fortress,
spawned,
all
which
that
is
TNT to blow up the
unfortunate,
chalice,
but
to blow up the spawner
Yeah,
super easily.
that's true. The chalice and the spawner for sure.
and at this
Yeah.
point I'm pretty confident that no one else would be
Okay.
going for this.
DX definitely sees the still the chunk. Okay, they just made it. This, they're just part. It's just part of them now.
Like yeah, then gold
Yeah.
armor is
Kyle
very good.
finding a rune portal.
And obviously I don't know that it's completable when I see it from down the hill. This is probably just the incorrect play. But
With
Oh,
is
wow.
that an enchanted? No, just a normal golden apple in it.
What the heck? It's
Enchanted one for a
completable?
and 2
second.
gold blocks, which
It is completable.
is
Looks like.
the 2 gold blocks are worth noting in a second.
Yes.
That's
So-
crazy.
I left the food here, I see hitboxes,
Insane.
but
seed.
no
What a good
dice.
find.
Yeah.
Quite
I
unlucky.
think they
looking
might be the
for?
only. It looks like they might be the
Yeah,
only
I'm looking
person who
for food
does
there,
find
yeah.
this. Yeah, maybe looking for some more food potentially. Only seeing some horses around them.
If you go to the lava pool, obviously there's so many animals around that are more likely to spawn than up here, which is not the intended enter for this seed. So, punished in that sense, for sure.
But now they can enter
Great
Gonna be entering
E-ray.
first because of that.
instant spike. This
Wow,
Because of
movement
that,
is
behind. None of these other runners fine now.
so
Opting
I'm
to use a
seeing,
normal
I see the forts.
lava pool instead.
Yeah, I would not have
No.
even thought to check that.
Bastion yet.
Yeah, I would
checking
have.
checking their RP is probably the wrong play for sure.
No, I don't
Especially when you don't know that it's enterable.
think I would have ever found
No,
that.
it's the fort.
Amazing find. Yeah, that looks like the fort on the
Yeah,
screen
And I
right
know
that
that
is
now.
no one else
fort,
went for it because
for
everyone's
sure.
getting hot
I'm
stuff.
gonna take note of that. And the Bastion
Yeah.
too.
Here is where my movement.
And if they're running past it,
falls
maybe even
apart.
the potential to get a rod before even entering the bastion here.
That's scary. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Kyle almost jumps into lava twice in a row.
Yeah. Some insane
camera
movement. You can
shake.
see, you saw the little camera shake
Yeah,
there as
she was
they,
like, oh gosh.
They realized
That
she
was
realized
not
just
clean.
how close she was to that, that lava. But yeah,
Well-
that bastion.
And so I see
Super-
this is double triple, and I know that I have 2 gold blocks. I think I would still go for double triple even without the gold blocks, which I think is the incorrect play. And obviously the commentators would note that.
Super close to the fort.
She's in a little bit of a lead, but Liam finding
Yeah.
a good
Liam
terrain.
very
gets
good
better
behind.
terrain, finds
Yeah.
better terrain than I
Liam
do,
with some
for sure.
amazing terrain.
And makes
Kyle
sense.
Yeah.
does have gold armor on, so she can
That is
just
also true.
freely
Yeah.
walk
No one
into
else has
this
gold armor.
bastion
And 2
like
extra
everybody
gold
else.
blocks. And 2 extra gold blocks.
That's
So
true too.
if these trades aren't that good, that shouldn't really affect Kyle too much. As those extra 2 gold
What is she
blocks that
doing?
she has.
She's
It
doing
looks like
double
she's gonna
triple.
be doing double triple. Yeah, this looks like a double
Oh,
triple.
I don't like
So,
this
yeah.
play I don't know.
I
Every
don't
time
think
do
it's
double
that
bad.
triple- Every time I do
The
double
thing is, I don't know triple to gap, so even if I had made the different decision to not do double triple, I don't know triple to gap. So there, it would have just been probably 3 minutes slower than everyone else, who does play gap.
I think
so.
Triple, it's
I think
not
it
beneficial.
might be good.
Oh,
She has
okay.
those extra 2
That
gold
was not.
blocks.
That was
Those
ugly,
extra 2 gold
yeah.
blocks that she has.
But yeah,
should
extra
really
gold
help
blocks
out with-
definitely helped tip the decision in the favor of going for double triple, because obviously it is a high roll play, but it is very fast, and that is a good thing to go fast. So I did not check the top chests, which I definitely could have, but with the 2 gold blocks, I was pretty confident that I would get Obby. So, and that probably was too overconfident, but you see
those
that
trades.
on other players'
I
streams
just
here
don't
that
like
it
the
She shouldn't be in
does
too much of an issue.
tend to work out, or it does work out
She
here.
does get a decent
but-
amount of pigs though.
Yeah, a lot of pigs.
Yeah, she got a lot of
For
pigs. She
sure.
got an extra 2 gold blocks from the room portal that she found.
So this does happen to
So,
work out for right now.
Looking like she's in a very good position to do double triple this seed.
Obviously,
I
everyone
think-
else doesn't have that rune portal, so it doesn't go to
I
double
think
triple.
she has the potential to have just those variances to make this incredibly fast compared
Yeah, this-
to the other runners.
Yeah.
It gives me the
True.
possibility
Did
to be
she
minutes
loot
faster
anything
when I
from
was already
the-
ahead on enter.
From the top of the bastion.
I don't
or
think she has just
no?
yet. I think she instantly committed to this. I think
Yeah, so they know
she'll
that.
probably be checking those chests now after she's
Liam does
Liam
die.
died. I
done
don't know
this.
how.
And Liam dies. Yeah. He was slain by a piglin doing the bastion route. And it looks like
Yeah, players
Nex
die.
might be in the same. They fall into the piglin hole.
Obviously, I don't know
Yeah,
that,
and they
of
also
course.
die.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's 2 deaths.
So right now I see that I have 13 string. My hobby is quite fine, especially for not having checked the chests, I believe, at this point. So
I'm not gonna
5
lie.
seconds
I think the
apart. I'm not
happy with
teleporters
that,
is
you
not
can see.
helping. I think maybe it's time to retire.
Maybe it might just be.
So I know obviously there could be gold blocks.
But
there
yeah,
could be string in
like
the
I
top
said, like this
chests,
is one of those
and
instances
obviously I
where
need to check
it
them anyway
doesn't
for
seem
Obby.
super
So
detrimental. It is kind of a far bastion.
Mhm.
If I were either of them,
See
I would
some of them, I
picked
see
up
some gold
blocks
blocks,
that I
and
probably
that's-
threw out.
Yeah.
good, right?
'Cause
That
surely you
helps
have
the
some
mental a little bit,
sand or
'cause
some.
one
yeah,
day
you
is
get
not
so
enough.
many. That is like the
And I
good
do not
thing
know how to
about
one-shot.
Desert Temple is that if you do
As I
die,
think
even
would
though
be
the seed
expected,
takes super
so-
long to replay if you need to reset, if you don't need to reset, you normally have a lot of blocks lying around in the case of you dying.
We did. Yeah, Pepper is about to start his.
hoping
route.
to see a
I
lot
don't
more
really-
string kind of shoved into the later trades of the RNG of the seed, so to speak. That was not the correct way to word that, but right, because if you assume you're playing triple to gap, you're trading a lot more gold, and the seed is more likely to have everything that you need, right? So if you're trading that amount of gold blocks, maybe it's the string trades are later in the sequence, right?
See any
Yeah.
pigs?
That's what I'm really hoping for. That it's
Yeah,
really
I don't
gonna come
know
in
how
right now.
effective
I don't
that
think
would.
you
It doesn't
did-
look like they've got too many pigs.
I don't think he did triple the gap. I could be wrong though. I didn't quite see.
Yeah, it looks like he's only got 1 pig, which doesn't look too
Yeah,
pigs.
still not happy.
One of them
but
running
it's
away
more.
for some reason.
And obviously I know that I don't need to blaze bed because I have TNT because we're on TNT.
Oh, what?
It didn't look like there was a zombie piglin, so I don't know why it was running away.
Oh, looks like he has 4.
And I don't even have a crossbow.
Still not great.
Yeah, I don't think
So-
he's dropped. Has he dropped no ones from the top? He maybe
I
might
see.
have.
I
he
have
did.
2 bed 2 anchor. Like it's doable.
I mean, otherwise,
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
this
there's
playing
a
gap
few
would have been
piglins there.
so much slower
I don't know what
and
happened
giving
to
up the
us.
time.
Next also doing
Like 4 explosive
trading
is possible,
at the gap.
especially with the
similar
diamond
to-
sword and TNT.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
know
see
I
any
can finish
pigs
it off
Nex
if I
has,
need
though,
to.
so Pepper
So I
might
think
still
that's
be
the
OP.
decision that I make leaving
But it
here.
depends on the pigs because they're super close.
So obviously double triple
Yeah.
doesn't
The
necessarily
one
pay
thing about
off,
Pepper
but,
is
hey.
He seems to be very
I do
consistent
get the bow
runner.
here. Forgot about that.
Yes, yes.
Looking at his stats,
That
he
is
has
not enough string to get a
very
third
high
bed,
win rates on
unfortunately.
most of his seeds.
It looks like
So,
that. It
very
looks like
good
it
at
did
every
not.
seed type.
Yeah.
Kyle
They-
is
they see
shaking.
that I'm not
her
happy about
mouse a
something.
lot. I
Yeah.
don't think she got everything she
I don't know
wanted
what's
from
gone
that.
wrong on. Yeah, I don't know what's gone wrong on Kyle's screen.
She has
It doesn't look like they have
33
much
obby.
explosives.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have pearls. Yeah, not many
Must
explosives,
be an
but
explosive thing.
yeah.
A lot of food though.
I
for
don't
not
think
young
if you're
animals.
Kyle, you shouldn't.
It's not
I wouldn't
bad.
be too worried about that. You know, maybe you can get some sheep off a spawn.
It's definitely true.
If you're that
it's,
worried,
it's
you
the
can.
least offensive and possible time loss thing to not have enough of, right? Because there's so many possibilities to get more explosives in the overworld.
And the string in the libraries in the stronghold, definitely annoying. But I don't think it'd be something that I'd be
And I
too
do know
worried
that
about
I'm
at this point.
so
of the
ahead,
game.
right?
Yeah, she
I know
is
that I'm
very
ahead entering.
ahead.
I know that I'm
she-
ahead
like everyone
because
else is still
surely no one
trading
else played
with their
double
few
triple.
pigs, and she
So
got a lot of pigs. She did.
yeah, the amount of
Yeah.
pigs,
Double,
there's so
triple,
many.
but
It was so
that's
fast.
what I'm saying. I'm saying double triple. I think it's a ruse.
That's
guys.
fair.
It is
Looking
a
at this
very
right
it's a
now,
very
yeah.
risky
Risky.
strategy, but I really did like that risk with the situation that they had.
Yeah, you're
and,
right.
I see both spawners
I think
here.
it made sense
variants.
for her because she
I'm
had
gonna
extra
play this one
gold.
first
Yeah.
because it spawns, right?
Yeah, I
Oh.
think for that, I think the sacrifice that of those trades for the
I know
pace
it's been a while since I popped fire res.
and the
I do have a
the
diamond sword
gap in
that I
pace
completely
that
forget
she
about.
currently has, I think I'd take
I
that.
go here, and in my head, obviously I would go to the spawner, TNT it, and play off of the spawner. But I see wither skeletons, and I'm not sure if blowing it up would create a path for them to come up, and that scared me. So
Every
I
day.
turned around.
I would take that in
And I knew that they would spawn
Gold
more
or in
pretty
diamond,
soon
in
because it's
emerald
been
or
a while,
netherite, but I
so I
might
didn't
not
have
take
time
that
to
in
TNT
gold.
there.
in gold.
I think I'd
feel
be
like
more willing
player-
to take that in gold. I think.
I feel like in gold,
I think,
they're still not super comfortable with the low explosive counts.
That is
Or
fair.
maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but
That's definitely fair.
Maybe I was thinking more so like in gold, you know.
So here I probably should have TNT'd. That's 3 rods, so it wasn't like if I got lucky it would have been fine, but I think this was incorrect in that I should have organized my inventory on blind or something and should have focused on
But
clean
that
spawner
most
first.
likely your opponent's not gonna be hitting a 0.
That's
So
true.
if you have
Very
low
true.
explosives,
Yeah.
you can waste that time trying to like farm for a little bit extra.
But obviously I know that the other players probably didn't double triple and would probably have more explosives than I do. So
String from like from a library or trying to shear some sheep on blind.
yeah. Let's hope her blind is good for.
that's
She does have some
4.
iron in her inventory.
I noticed
so
the
it
diamond
makes
sword
some
now.
shears.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad that I saved the iron.
Because I think if you had like no,
that could've
if you
been
only had
bad.
these 3 explosives in
I think that's 5.
in a Neverite seed,
So not TNTing doesn't punish me super heavily. It could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot of 1 spawns and not dropped, etc.
it's
Obviously.
pretty much game over if you're against anyone who gets like good
Bad
explosives.
blind,
You know they'll
unfortunately.
most likely be going for 0.
At a high level for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
force.
unlucky
I wouldn't
blind.
force any sheep if I were her.
Oh, this was
Yeah,
still
no,
that they
and,
were
and
sheep,
this
yeah.
is the worst case situation for Kyle.
I think that was like a 94% on that first throw.
There's gonna be no
Still not
sheep for
good.
them. It would be, I think it'd be a bad play to try and go to the island and look for sheep.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Don't
commentators
tell me
noticed
she
that.
measured that. That was not the correct measurement.
I don't have an undo hotkey, so I had to
Okay, sure.
window out and hit undo. So that's why
Yeah.
I paused for so long there.
Nex also blinding.
Still getting an error,
See that.
but I
Yeah, so
was not
Nick's
super
also
concerned.
very close.
Nex definitely did make up
All
time, but
these
I
runners-
assumed they had
Okay,
to have
Pepper
left
just
on
said
fewer
it's a good
rods
part of the
because
fort.
I was so ahead
All
and I
these
was not
runners
slow to the spawner.
still
So
all in the all,
like,
all
there's
in the
no
fortress
way
now, so
that much time has been made back up.
not too much of a difference between them. And it looks like Liam might be in a bit of a situation. There's like 5 wither skeletons on him. and a skeleton, which was preventing his ability to just build up and deal with them. But it looks like he dealt with it
And
pretty
again at the
well.
respawn. So again, just really not punished for not
Yeah, that's-
TNTing.
Is
Which
this, I think they
maybe I should have been
technically-
punished,
is
so
this
I
technically
learned.
a soul sand?
Here I see
Yeah.
that there's a little bit
The
of weirder terrain on this path
In that
that I'm
back
on.
bit, in
so I
the
cross over here,
in the
couldn't
bad
see that
part
it's
of it,
wide
it
open.
was still in the Soul Sand Valley.
Because it's
So
just pretty much
scary.
straight this direction.
Oh my god, the amount of withers that
So
you can
a
get in
lot
the
of
soul
withers,
sand.
yeah, a lot of wither skeletons, a lot of normal skeletons.
Pretty good pearls for what it's
Kyle
worth.
They
is
really
out.
mess you
Making
up very
distance.
quickly.
She's going to court.
Maybe
She's
next
pushing
it
pace
did
race,
catch
but,
up.
like, she
I
doesn't
don't know
have
what he
very
did, but
Yeah, it'll
definitely
be
caught up.
it'll be
Explosives,
interesting to
though.
see if she wastes
Not
some
good on
time to
food,
try and
though.
get some extra string. I think
I feel like
I
if it's
think it
convenient,
probably
you're
would be
gonna
worth it.
She does already have a diamond sword, so it's not like she has to. It's not like she has to like craft a sword when she gets to a library.
Yeah. Yeah.
Digging down on cords
And
now.
she's on cords now.
I'm of course ready to pearl. I'm
And
watching my
also,
sea counter to see if I'm
Niax
gonna fall into
also on
lava,
cords
etc.
too.
Wow.
See, I don't know how he
and
made
So
that
literally
time.
going to be entering
That's
probably
crazy.
about 8-9 seconds slower
He is on
than
low health. Somehow.
Kyle.
I guess
So
I,
very
I
close
believe
to
we both threw
and
two or three pearls.
I'm willing to bet Niax probably
Maybe he threw
has
more.
more string.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So very interested to see how that plays out.
Yeah, for sure. Nix can afford to be a little bit more risky, but they don't even know
Yeah.
that. He doesn't know that Kyle.
I thought I
Yeah,
missed.
Niax
has-
has
Oh,
no
but we're
knowledge
good.
of that.
I don't really know how to make it around this corner. I don't want to use my wood. I shouldn't
And
have
yeah,
been so stingy
They
because I
hit,
can only
they
make
hit
two
the
beds.
stronghold here.
So whatever.
Very weird area for them to spawn in on.
I see a good spike
Having to
there.
like, build a little bit to actually get into the stronghold.
I'm not sure where that is. I don't know how to get there.
But yeah, some preemptive now.
I don't know if this is starter.
Looks like a spike to their left. Looks very good for them.
Yeah.
Wow, they're like neck and
tweaked
neck,
out a
it's
little bit.
crazy.
And I realized I should go around here. I was fairly confident in
Yeah,
forcing
struggling-
this.
Struggling to figure out how to get to the spike that they saw.
I don't
Looking
know why
like
I didn't go around that corner, honestly.
they
To
figured
my
out some
right,
good
right
terrain to get
but
there now.
That was
A
better.
good.
So, looking at that now, I probably would have said that left way in the four-way, which would have been incorrect. So I'm glad that I made a different decision in a moment.
Good way to get to the spike.
They didn't hear it or anything, so.
And yeah, Kyle, the first person to find the stronghold, to find the portal room.
I am the first.
And it
but
looks like they're
of
not
course I
going
don't
to
have
try and
explosives.
make any explosives. They're just going to enter with 2 explosives here.
Uh, they don't
you know
see
what?
that I have.
If you're gonna
Very
be risky
interesting
at one
play.
spot, be risky in the whole thing.
I would definitely not want to enter on only
But
two
that,
beds for sure.
they have one. They have 2 anchors. They do have 2 anchors actually. They pre-crafted
Yeah.
their anchors before. So they actually have 4 explosives going into this. So that is enough.
So I think the whole time they were assuming that I would take time to go to the library because I only had 2 explosives, but I knew that I had 4. I'm not confident with 4 explosives, especially 2 anchors
It is
at
a
all.
little risky,
but
They do
but it should
potentially
be
have
fine.
I know
enough.
it's possible.
Yeah. I know. I'm a little bit
Dig
less
down on
comfortable with my
cords.
anchors.
Yeah,
I'm a little
same.
bit
Like,
less
I was not
comfortable with my
confident at
anchors,
all,
so
but I didn't see a library on the way. At least
know,
that I
I would-
remember. So
I'd be comfortable doing a 4-bed, but 2-bed, 2 anchors.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
for
know if
sure.
I'd be as comfortable doing that.
I do have a bow this time,
If
so
you
that's
pre-place
nice.
anchors, it's not as bad, but it's still.
Yeah,
I
no.
would still prefer 4-bed
I'm not
over
confident
any
with
other.
replaces
Yeah.
because I've accidentally hit the anchor
100%.
way too many times because I'm bad. So if I maybe that's something that I should take time to be more
Yeah,
confident with.
almost
Because in
there.
this situation that
But it
would
does look like
save
Kyle
me
isn't
some
going to
confidence
pre-place
here.
these anchors.
And yeah.
That's a little scary. Does Kyle even have?
Yeah, very interesting.
Kyle doesn't even have the anchor or
The anchor's in the
glowstone
hotbar
in
yet,
the hotbar.
no.
Yeah.
That's
So-
really sketchy. I don't like.
Very odd for that.
Oh.
As
gosh.
Pepper also gets I Spy and enters this
Nice.
stronghold.
I know that I
Yeah,
have TNT that I
Kyle
can
pulls
explode.
away.
I know that I have the sword.
Yeah,
now.
it's digging into.
It's really all I can ask for to finish the dragon if I don't kill it in 4
Oh, is that
explosives.
Yeah.
one room?
So-
I cannot tell. I don't think it is.
Yeah, no, that's just some random lava source.
Random lava. Oh, that sucks. I bet you he thought that
Yeah.
was. That
And I
was
get
it.
the perch, and I send it.
Oh, Pepper found
Yeah,
them.
I
I'm
saw-
on the wrong side here, so I try and get around.
Oh, Pepper's in.
But I go way too far. I'm extremely off angle, and I know that I need these explosives to be dead on, right? I need to get like 50 at least on every hit. And with this, I would have been rushing to hit
Yeah.
to get back
And
to
I
the
saw
center.
on the X's screen they
And,
had
yeah, that's
over
part of that.
almost 2
That was
stacks
not
of
confident.
string. So these other runners will probably have a lot of explosives.
That is why I pulled out of that. That's just
Kyle
poor
missing the
movement.
perch too.
Wow.
So
That might
Very
ruin
unfortunate
her
there.
first place
Yeah, so that would have
finish.
actually been really good to
But-
get like
She
a
might-
low 15.
She
That would have
wasted
been
that
Exactly.
might
really
be
nice.
unfortunate for her. Yeah, no, she still has all 4 of her explosives.
That's good.
So that is a good thing. I didn't place anything. I didn't get a bed broken. Anything like
Even
that.
just wasting even if you just waste 1 explosive, you probably just need to fully commit to breaking
Yeah, that
all
would
the
have been
towers at
over.
that point.
I wouldn't have been
Yeah.
able to complete in 20 minutes probably.
3
I get a second perch, and I just fucking
Misses
overpearl.
another perch because the perch is so low.
And yet, the commentators see it. It's just
Yeah.
too low. I didn't notice it in time.
And just a bad pearl from them too.
Yeah. Throw it over.
Maybe she
yeah.
doesn't know the setup
very
for
unfortunate
pre-placing
though.
anchors. I would have just
And yeah.
pre-placed them at this
Yeah.
point if I missed 2 perches.
Yeah.
That is true. That's a good point because you have time now. That's not
But
something that
yeah.
I thought about.
Pepper
Okay,
now
Niax
also
almost-
in this
wow. 3.
Pepper
I see
also in
people
the
entering
end
and I'm
ready to
displeased. Obviously, everyone else has so many
everyone
explosives.
except for Liam currently all set
Liam
up for
is
this.
Pepper doesn't seem to have too
stronghold.
many.
We
Does he have
3
4?
people in the end.
Yeah.
Liam
Did he put
got
double
a
triple?
Good
I
spike.
didn't. I haven't been watching, so maybe he did.
I don't know if it's the correct way though.
And
I
I'm
wasn't.
I'm getting spoon fed these
That
perches.
did look like the correct way. It was awkward
And
to
then
get
I showed you
there,
this one.
but that does look like it's the correct
And then
way.
I see a bunch of Endermen, which completely freaks me out. And I so badly whiff 1 and
Wow.
3.
I'm interested. Is Nick
2 and
gonna
4
go for
was
0
so
here?
nice,
No,
but-
breaks the crystal
Wow,
and has
Liam
to
instant
bail.
apps.
Unfortunate. Beautiful instant out
I
from
try and go
Liam.
for the TNT.
Yeah, that was really impressive. That's not an. That
And
was
I
not
hit
an
it one
easy
more time,
round.
and I shouldn't
That was
have.
really
Yeah. I
don't know
noticed
if
the
I
other
would've
runners,
killed,
especially
but-
Niax, really struggled with that nav.
And I mean, now there's nothing I
Wow,
can do.
this is
I
they're,
have to
they're all
full
going to
boat.
be in the end. All of them.
Yeah,
It's
I've just
still gonna
lost
be
so
a
much
really-
time.
And
Close game, no matter what.
yeah,
It was really
4 minutes
unfortunate.
remaining of this
I think
seed, so
this is, if I had hit that first perch, if I had enough explosives, of course. Obviously, missing 2 perches on top of that,
Oh.
not good.
Yeah.
But
all 4
if
of
I hit
them
that first perch, I think that
probably
might
are
have
going to
made the
finish the
difference to me
seed.
advancing.
Kyle has
actually.
used their explosive at this point and has to go through and
Luckily, the
break all
half
these
bow, I broke
crystals.
like 7 crystals, so that is
Dang.
a good thing for
Luckily-
me. But
luckily the dragons are
and
much
I'm not
help.
confident with shooting.
But I worry the amount of
caged
arrows that they do
with
have. I'm
crossbow.
building up here, they might not have a lot of arrows.
It's just a confidence issue, yeah.
Whoa, that's scary.
Definitely low
Yeah,
for
they
here.
have
Here's
9,
where I
they have 9
noticed that I
arrows.
don't
They
have
should
good
be
food.
fine.
Yeah, but like barely any food left.
Here I want to boat down
And
because
yeah.
obviously I don't
Run
want to
flesh.
pearl because I only have 1 heart. If there's a
Liam
nethermite or
taking his
something,
time.
I
I'm
think it
dead.
should be fine. The dragon's
I did
not
lose my
too
boat
much
on
health.
blind.
Oh
so I
no,
have to
Liam
make
only
a
has
maybe-
11 eye. Wait,
Liam
I
sends
see
a
that
1
right?
eye.
Yeah,
I don't.
no
only
way.
11 eyes from Liam.
No,
I get the
they
perch
went
here,
down
and
one
I
missed a
eye.
one
too
eye.
slow.
And it
So
was a
I
That's
zero.
missed
really
3
cost them
perches.
here.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
very
sucks.
unfortunate.
Oh, and then
Uh,
There's a
there's
perch
oh my
from-
god, there's so
Kyle-
many mobs.
Kyle bailing on that perch.
Yeah,
Kyle,
I think I would have gotten hit.
insane. Yeah, Niax and Pepper both finishing neck and neck, 5
Oh my
seconds
gosh.
I've
apart.
been in, I've
721
lost
from
like 3
Liam.
times to this at this
720
point
or
already.
So much is
17,
going
26
on
for
from
Pepper.
all 4 runners
crystals
right
are
now.
down, but,
It's
like,
hard to keep
dude.
track. Both of those 2 runners finishing.
not good.
Kyle having to bail on one of the perches.
That was a perch
And
here, I believe.
Kyle-
Liam missing out on
Here,
entering
yeah.
because of sending
But
the 1
just-
eye.
Wow, yeah. So Kyle can get lucky
a
and
perch
might be
here.
able to complete.
Yeah, perch from here from Kyle.
I did not think that I would be able to kill with
Maybe
here,
I don't know
but
if he'll. I don't
oof.
think this will be enough for her
Somehow.
to kill the
Ooh,
dragon here.
Oh, it is.
Crazy
Okay.
last hit.
That's
It
the
is
plus side of
nice.
having a sword.
Yeah, the
It's
sword
that
made the
cheeky
difference.
last little
Yeah.
hidden.
I think I said
Beautiful
I'm so bad
last
at this
hit from
video
Kyle
game.
as she's
That
able
was
to complete
that
the
was
seed.
good effort from Liam though. That was a good comeback.
And if
Yeah.
Liam had that 12th eye, I think there's a real chance
Good
that I would have
times.
finished that seed last.
All right.
Breaking some strings, so I'm
When
wondering
I
what
lost like 3
Liam's.
minutes to just.
No, Liam
not being
has
good.
a rod in their inventory. They are able to enter.
So Liam actually doesn't have pearls. Here's the problem, which I don't know how. I don't know if he lost trades when he died or something, but something went wrong. He did not complete. I will skip ahead.
Liam 22
Yeah.
Nia.
This is the averages look now. I was not on the main stream at all. I was not trying to calculate it in my head. I do not know. I don't even know where I'm placing right now. I don't know what everyone else's average looks like. I don't know that I'm in second. I don't know that I'm just barely in second. Maybe if I knew that, maybe I would have tried to push harder. But again, I think there was a nervous aspect that maybe I would have
40. It's still anyone's game.
gone
If
too fast for
anyone
my own
gets a
sake
crazy
and
time,
screwed
Anyone's
up.
game.
like
So,
even
yeah.
Liam can still win this.
See,
I guess.
Oops. Skipped way too far ahead. So
Yeah.
this was RP.
So annoying. You ended.
This was RP. Obviously, we don't know if there's iron pick. We don't know if there's food. We don't know if it's bucket completion.
yeah, and now they are all
See it pretty
they're
much
all
right
getting ready
away.
for final
Of
seeds.
course.
The room portal directly in front of them.
Yeah. Thankfully, no silk touch.
Looking like not
Thank you
too
for
not
that,
too
Seafinders.
crazy of a chest here.
But yeah,
they
not a
got
very
the-
good
food
RPC.
next to them though. Lots of sheep.
Yeah, just a
Yeah,
just
the
a
one
gold
saving
pickaxe,
grace is
gold
the
shovel,
food.
and not enough iron to make an iron pickaxe. No gold armor though from that chest, which
It's
will
really like the worst case scenario, honestly.
make this bastion
Like,
pretty
thankfully
scary.
there was a pick. That's the good thing about
As
the
they need to
chest.
try and loot these chests, which normally have a lot of piglins on them. Get this iron for a pickaxe.
I'm looking for sheep here.
Yeah, they've got access to a lot of sheep. It looks like they should be good on food, and also it'll
Sheep
give
are
them
like the easiest to kill.
some
Well, I guess
extra
pigs are
wool.
easy to kill too.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the wool will be nice.
yeah, the wool.
See, I think I'm doing
At least you
everything
don't have
pretty
the
much
cow-
as
the
fast as I'm
cows are
capable of,
awful.
right?
Yeah.
Cows are so awful to kill in
I get
ranks.
the third
When-
sheep
and
here.
they
And
sprint
Nex also
off.
does.
Who knew
And so I think
cows would be that fast?
here, yeah, so there's a little bit of desync. But here I see Nex entered the nether, and I'm like, there's no way I get gapped that hard because I'm not
Yeah, why
comfortable
is it
eating here.
cows that are fast?
I'm going for
I
the
guess-
chickens here.
Yeah.
I guess they.
And I'm
none
like,
of them
did
should
he
really
enter
be
with
fast
no
if they're
food?
chickens,
So I'm like, okay, maybe I can take a little more
is
time.
weird that
I
they
try to
don't
go for the
make cows
chicken.
so
It's so far away
fast.
at this
Yeah.
point that I don't care.
Chicken should be the fastest.
But in my head, Nex has no food. That is my assumption. I see that Liam also enters, but
That
it's a
makes
little bit
sense.
later. And I'm like, okay.
But also, why do cows
More
have
probable
sonar
he
to
got
water?
food.
Like they know exactly where to find water to like.
Yeah.
Because we see Pepper like also doing the same thing. That's like, obviously I don't think I'm insanely fast, but I didn't think that there would be such a big gap. And obviously some of that is because I went for the chickens. But like in my head, I was like, do they have food at all? Can I play slower? Can I play more cautious? Are they going to die?
To cool off. It's so silly.
I
Nex and Liam
think
already
cows
in
might
the
have
nether.
Yeah, cows might have the best AI in the game potentially.
I know.
And of course I
They're
see
much
no
better than
desert
piglins.
bastion yet, so
Piglins
it
are
might
so
be quite
stupid.
far.
All right.
And I
Kyle
see that it's
Pepper
quite far
in the
'cause it's
nether at
taking
the
so
same
long
time.
to load in.
Nex, Liam in
Yep.
the nether at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like, and I see this terrain and I'm
Very close.
confused because obviously the bastion's not visible. And normally that's fine. You just run to where the spike is, but it's so fragmented and so
So
many
far.
lakes and like you have to drop down,
throw
take
this
fall
over
damage, or
wall
like
splits.
little hills to like
Not
bump your
looking
way
like
down.
the bastion's super close to
I
them.
just
Looking like
wasn't
they've
sure
got
which
a
way
Nex has
that
it on
was to
his
go.
screen next to the fort.
yeah.
And
Four shots
I see
right
a
next to
flame arrow,
it,
which
so-
confused the shit out of me.
Not gonna be super.
Uh,
The one nice
I-
thing is
I
they've not
F5
really
to
had
see if
to
they had
look
a
for
giant
the
crossbow, 'cause I
fortress
was
and any of these
confused.
seeds so far.
Yeah. Oh.
Obviously,
but
there's
Oh
doesn't matter.
yeah.
Oh come on. Okay, you
I
got
see the
his
fort
iron.
here, and I don't know if that's the spike I got. So now I'm even more confused.
Oh yeah, beautiful iron.
I don't
chest.
see the bastion.
Beautiful find from the
I
Yeah,
do
but this
see I
is
get a
actually
spike
kind
there.
of a
I get
hard-
one behind me, which
Seat
there was a
because
world where I go
Oh
there.
my gosh, okay, Nex
and
just like
that
somehow
is
gets
not
like
correct.
the best.
Of course.
Yeah.
I try and look for it.
So
I don't
lucky
see it,
from
and I
the
decide,
eggs.
okay,
Yeah.
I have
So
to
they're
trust
definitely
this for a
gonna
spike.
oh my gosh.
I was
Oh,
worried about that obviously
Lucky
because
from
the
that
fort
gold
was here,
clutch.
and
Yeah.
that could have very well been
Yeah.
like some crazy
It is
spawns.
okay. Liam
but
deciding to go up and around the top part.
I do lose so much
I
time.
don't
on
know
that.
why Nex isn't crafting their iron pickaxe yet though. I don't know. Are they gonna be going? Do they want to go up top and do top
Here
down?
I see that it is housing.
Yeah, I was.
I know that I don't have
Surprised I
armor,
don't see
so
why
I
you'd
don't
wanna
want to do
that.
manhunt.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know
surprised we
manhunt.
didn't see a manhunt pull up.
I would absolutely do manhunt if I had armor, but just getting to that situation with no armor is not something that I'm comfortable with for my skill level.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I
but
would've
that
thought-
leads me to make
I feel like
a
modern
very
day. I feel like a lot
bad
of new runners.
route
I feel like
here.
it is very plausible for new runners just not know about manhunt because I feel like
top-down is
top down
definitely
is
more
so much more preferred
consistent,
just
well
in
known
general
for
at this
sure.
Yeah.
point.
But I
Even
do
though you
know
know
manhunt. I just was not
is
comfortable
no,
with it there.
it's just a faster route.
Get hit by a
Kyle,
The
push.
stop
safety
by
of manhunt.
this.
The
And I
safety
don't.
of, yeah.
I don't know which direction
That's the issue.
the
These,
I don't know which direction the ramparts are in because I'm not super familiar with the front of housing. That's something that I probably should be familiar with. And again, I don't want to go down to Manhunt. So
Yeah, we
This
haven't
is
seen
probably
it
my
yet.
biggest
It's
mistake.
really
Down.
impressive because this is
Yeah.
a pretty hard seed.
This is a difficult RP
Yeah,
seed.
bringing their run distance down, so at least they know what to do in these situations. Able to
It's not good here. I just don't know
Able to
where
just
I am at all.
work on
I don't
that.
even know if I'm going
I
the
feel
right
like
direction.
Kyle's going the wrong way to the
Yeah.
rampart, building up here.
Yeah, Kyle.
I don't think this is the right way.
I don't think.
Yeah, I'm super lost.
I think
I feel
Niex's
the rampart
idea
is the
was
other
probably
way.
The best.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I can make my
those
way
chests
down.
were
It's
so
fine.
lucky. I don't expect any of the other runners to find.
I'm like, at this
chests
point, I
they
know that I'm
exited.
at the middle. I
Yeah.
can start
Checking those
manhunt,
mongy
but
chests.
even if I
and
can,
finding
even though
the
I'm here with no
iron
armor,
ends.
I don't have a pick, and there's no guarantee that it's in that chest or the double chest.
Yeah, I would say I probably would have done what Liam did.
So I think manhunt is still
and
not
just go
correct
straight
Yeah.
here.
to the top.
I-
But
yeah,
if
What
I
there's
thought
no
was
don't-
correct, I just don't know how to get there,
Great.
Straight to the top.
and that is
yeah.
my fault entirely.
Yeah, and especially
think
with no
Kyle
gold
tried
armor,
doing
it just
it.
makes it so
So I try to
risky.
break up here, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, wait, I can go to
Kyle
manhunt
just-
now that I have
Oh,
armor.
Kyle found
I'm a little
some
more
boots, that's
confident.
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle. This is scary to me because I don't think
Yeah, and I don't check the outer chest that
just gonna
one of the other
wait.
runners did.
she doesn't know where the iron.
Yeah,
chest
Liam
is.
and Liam and Nex both
So I just
have
have
made
to go
their
up.
trading calls at this point, so
Yeah, definitely.
they are in
Just too
good
far
positions right
behind.
now. As
We were already like
Pepper's also
ready to
just starting
leave.
his trading call.
Oh,
And obviously
Yeah,
housing
Liam's
is
out.
fast, but like,
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Liam.
Liam's
yeah,
probably
Liam
not
out
good.
or. Yeah, okay,
why though?
but that's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
be very good pace.
so I just don't know how
Yeah,
you get
that's
here.
for
fine.
Liam.
I just
This is
don't see
looking
this opening
very
at all.
good for Liam.
I figured it would all be
Right
covered
now,
up.
he's the only person without a completion, so
A lot of
really
bigs
good
here.
for him.
Yeah.
I'm definitely panicking here.
Looks like
And
we're
just
gonna get
like
everything.
barely enough.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has any string right now, which
Not
is the
ideal at
one.
all.
There's 43.
Negativity,
I don't even get to
Right.
break a chest.
Yeah, now yeah, he's
Oh, no.
got
I don't
43
have a
now.
pickaxe,
There's
I'm
Yeah.
not
21.
confident with that.
I can't tell.
No, there's 43.
Okay.
43, and then he split it to 21.
Oh, gotcha,
And
gotcha.
22. Yeah.
Luckily, no one has entered fort, so I don't think that I'm
So
super
what's
far
that?
behind.
I can't do the maths in my head, but I think that's about
Good
4
bed
beds.
here.
If I.
I
I like
think,
getting
if-
ranked at
if
the
I
same
can
time
do
someone
maths.
enters fort. Not great, right?
yeah, 43. I think it is 4 bed. I don't think it's 5 bed.
But again,
Yeah.
housing is fast.
I think you need all.
Like, it's not like you're 5 minutes behind, right?
Yeah, I know it's 12 string per bed, but
Yeah. Kyle in the lead doesn't have any food though. It looks like they are.
no, it should be just shy of 4. It should be just shy of 4
Something
by
like
like
that.
5 string.
Yeah,
But
Liam,
yeah, yeah.
no
Both
food.
Nex and Liam
He grabbed
Oh,
cheap.
yeah.
both in the
And I saw that.
fort now.
Maybe he just chewed
Liam
the
just-
rope so fast.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I thought he found a spawner, but he didn't.
Screen
I
change
got a lot
shouldn't
of bits
really.
here, which,
Screen change
thank God,
aren't really
'cause,
bothering
Again, like the
them
first
too
seed, they
much.
could have wandered off, but they didn't.
As they are both in this fort sub 7 pace. Very fast seed for them.
If you know how housing works, this is a fast seed. But
Pepper
I
also
do not
building up
really.
into the fort now too. As Nex is the first person to get to a spawner.
Mm-hmm. Liam is death resetting.
And you can see one. Yeah, you can see
Yeah, obviously I
Liam
know
death
I'm far
resetting
behind
just
here,
in front of a
but You know where the fort
Spawner.
is. Trades are like pretty much done at
probably
this
just
point
wanting
now.
to play safe, knowing
the end of
he's
the
only
world,
on 4
but-
hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and also run out of hunger too.
Yeah, so I think
So
going
this is
for one
definitely
chicken
probably
saved me
The best choice for him.
an
right
indescribable
now.
amount of time, to be honest. Like death resetting in the nether
Yeah,
is
Kyle's
Behind
still
it.
just a little bit behind checking the trades. Yeah.
This is very.
So very quick.
That's definitely not something I noticed in the moment, but like looking at this now, like people are losing so much time to death resetting and not having food, not being able to pearl.
Fine for Nex.
Yeah, I don't know how Kyle got so behind. I
So-
think the only hiccup she had
Yeah.
was kind of like that blazing here in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then like kind
Yeah,
of.
and
And I think they struggled to find. Yeah, they struggled finding some iron. I think that was their major time loss. Struggling
Thankfully, I
to
have the
find the
awareness to know
iron,
that the fort is here.
which really isn't too much of their fault. Can be very hard to find iron.
Yeah, okay,
If you,
Kyle's
especially when
out.
you don't know what chests are gonna have it in.
Yeah, the fact that it wasn't in the double or the manhunt was
Kyle's out, but we
unlucky.
do know this
but
was
after
kind
that
of
was
an
my
fault.
annoying
So-
spawner to find.
Yeah, so maybe Kyle can just save a lot of time by finding this quickly. Or maybe even just finding a lot of strays on their way to it.
I see a lot of open terrain.
They
here,
have one
so I'm
stray right
comfortable
now.
pushing this direction. Just getting away from the bad part, of course.
Unfortunately,
I
just
don't see
didn't
anything
drop
yet.
them.
And I think, okay, I see there's quite a bit here
Oh,
buried.
Nex is shearing sheep.
Could for sure be something.
Yeah, so
Good
yeah,
idea.
this looks like a very low string seed.
Yeah, for sure.
So shooting
Thankfully,
sheep,
So
I
many
really
sheep
The
like
fact
right
that
now.
it's
that
low
play.
explosives is not
Yeah,
only
I
on
really
me
like
this
that
time,
play.
it's
They're
all
just
of
getting
us.
these this extra
that's
wall.
good.
I would have honestly
That's
just
sheep
killed them
eating
for
right
food.
now. Yeah.
And yeah, the commentators point out you can kill them for food. When X has already lost, like all the
I
runners
mean, you
have
can,
lost
yeah,
time
you can
and
eat
not
them.
having food.
You can shear them and then kill
And
them
they
afterwards
decide
if you
to
want the
continue
food.
to not
Yeah, I
go
would
for
I
it.
would have done that because now I think Nex is gonna have to definitely
Yeah,
try again.
only on 5
And I
hearts.
think
Yeah, because
that's
only on 5 hearts, they're not gonna
really a
have
time
much health
loss.
Yeah, they can only do one pearl.
to pearl around. Yeah,
I bought out here.
they are making a bowl though because they do have mushrooms in their inventory,
I'm not
so they're gonna be
confident
using
with
that
this
to
at
heal
all.
instead.
We haven't seen that yet in BrickOffs.
Yeah, very a rare play nowadays. You very rare
Bit
you
of
see
spawn here,
that.
it's a one spawn, so just punished.
Pepper and Liam both blinding at
Yeah,
the same
both
time.
death resetting
I wonder if
right
they're
Yeah,
also
blinding at
gonna
the same
get some
time,
Yeah.
measuring their eyes.
Oh, maybe Pepper's
Yeah.
not. Oh, right. No bow
I
tie.
think
Yeah, okay.
probably is the smartest play to just
And damn, Pepper's
mine
fast. We're not
to
bow
see
tie.
those
I
sheep
gotta
and
say
get that
that.
extra wool.
Nex did end up
Assume
drinking
they
the
are all
soup.
on that same string. Yeah.
So yeah. Next does have mushroom stew, which is good for him.
So they're going to be able to recover a little bit. Probably going to have enough health to
Pepper does for
teleport
the
to build
sheep.
to the chords of the fortress.
I wonder
And
if
then once
Next
they're
goes
in
or
the,
if
to the
Liam
stronghold,
kills the
sorry, and
sheep.
then once in the
don't know.
stronghold, they should be fine to just death reset. But Kyle just built their portal now, so they really brought this back.
So yeah,
and
Yeah.
definitely
cranked
not
the
as far
pace
as
in
behind
this
as I
fortress.
thought I might
Kyle
be.
also does have a mutton left. Everyone else ran out of food
Mhm.
really fast,
Yeah.
but
It
she
was that
does
chicken.
still have some
So
food.
Kyle's done
still.
really good at like conserving her food here.
Yeah.
It was just the chicken, I think. Health
Yeah, and you can
difference.
see
Yeah, Liam's
Liam
getting more
does
food.
see,
Oh, so is
Liam
Pepper.
getting this wool. Yeah.
Nex is in the lead. but
Pepper
I
killing
do
these
feel like there's
chickens.
gonna be a slight punish for not getting food.
Yeah, we'll see how this works out.
Here I have.
Depending on how
what's
far this fortress is, this could be a big
4.
punish for Nex.
So thankfully we all do blind at the same spot. If one of us blinded and didn't have the sheep, that would have been a huge point of difference.
None of these runners
But
have Ninja Brain up on their
we're all
screen,
here.
so it's pretty much impossible for us to tell the
Yeah.
distance to Stronghold
Yeah,
right
commentary
now.
brings up a good point that we'll see here in a sec
I
once I
hope-
measure.
It's close for their sake. Yeah,
Me
everyone's
too.
they're all still at the spawner.
Yeah.
Must be pretty.
Nex setting
bad
up a pearl
rates.
hang. Kyle also measuring their eyes now. And 2,000
And yeah,
block blind.
He sees that.
So it's not close at all.
Oh,
now
gosh.
Kyle's
And so
measured
for
their
me, I don't. These sheep are so far that I don't know if other runners have gotten them. So I think this might be a variance play for me at this time, at this point.
rise. We can see that's a 2,000 block blind. So really not a close
And so yeah, at this point, I know how
Yeah,
important
Nex
it
is
is to
gonna
get
be
the
close,
super
thing.
punished here. They
And
have
taking
taking a
the
lot
pearls.
of
How many
damage
pearls,
by
right?
falling a little bit too.
Yeah, might as well just death
So
reset now.
really unfortunate. Yeah,
would do
I'd
the
probably
same
just
thing.
bow down here and then death reset.
Yeah, you don't want to take any chances.
See, I just have enough food for the run.
Yeah,
Especially if you have the stuff
Pretty
to
much.
spare because you got extra explosives.
It is far.
yeah,
so
you
might
got
go
that
a few
extra. You
pearls,
got that
but
extra wall.
It's just so safe.
What is it? It looks like five beds, and they still have one extra anchor, so should be good. They don't have any fire res though. They've not reapplied their fire res. I hope they don't forget about that before pulling into lava.
Okay. Nex just re-up their.
Yeah, now they remember that
fire
fire
Everyone
res.
else is still at their spawner.
After
Yeah,
seeing
Nick's
how
the
Not
only
the
person
fastest
to have
hit
left.
ever.
Yeah, Nick's the only person to have left the fort. So
Not bad rates. Here
very
on the second
big
half. A lot of spawns,
time
though.
gain on like all the other runners here.
Yeah.
It looks like they're about.
Like he makes up time, but he has no food. Like the rest of us are gonna be able to pearl there so much
I
faster,
think they might be about on coordinates
so
by
much
their
more
movements.
aggressively.
Yep, there it is.
We are not as behind as it looks, that's for sure. I'm out now.
It's not over till it's over, though.
I don't know how I've made up
Everyone's
that
Yeah,
super
time.
close.
you never
I mean,
know.
Honest, I don't know if I
I
found
mean,
the spawner
at
faster.
this rate, if
but
Nex keeps the
damn.
same distance
I
from
should
the
not
other
be out
runners,
second.
they,
I'll say that.
he might win this.
the next step, and I have the
Bracket.
possibility
They are
to win.
currently in third,
But
but
I don't know that,
it's
of
only
course.
a minute and 19 seconds between.
I throw a nasty pro here. I
Difference
won't
between
lie.
first.
Like that's
Yeah.
probably 100 watts.
This
or some
seed
shit.
right now.
Just get a little lucky.
Just two nasty pros here.
The gap that they
And
have
I'm
is
on
really
boards, basically 20 watts
really
off.
impressive, and it might just be enough, especially if this
Pepper pros
nav
into lava
and
here.
end
think
splits are just
was
as fast.
somewhere on the way from the first pro.
Yeah, but he's struggling
that
a little bit with this end or this.
Yeah, and
Gives
it's,
me so much more time. Here I placed the obby on the existing one, so
It's now not being too kind to him as of
I
right now.
almost fuck it up, and I realized that when I'm building the top, I'm like, that's not correct. So I could have lost the seed right there if I decided to not build out one more.
Hopefully he
Oh,
can.
I think I remember this strongholds.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I
As
noticed
Kyle
it somehow, honestly.
Also building portal now, so despite the slow start from Kyle, she's going to be the
Wow.
the
second
food
person.
difference is so huge.
She's going to be the second person in the stronghold. Assume they don't miss.
How does she
yeah.
get there so
Second
fast?
person in. As
I like that spike.
as Nex also definitely
Uh-oh.
saying now as they are in
No
the
more food though here, right?
they are now in the portal room.
So I
she gonna-
I'm going backwards
Yeah, I
here or
think
something.
She does.
Definitely not the
Wow,
intended way.
so close. This is such a
So I know that I'm in second, and I don't know how far behind I am, but I assume I'm not in first and that I should zero.
close end game.
But I see how many bets I have here. It's just not like even
If
with
you're
the
Kyle,
shit,
you need to
just
have an insanely fast end split here
yeah.
to
Unfortunately,
win.
I just
to,
am not
to
confident with
finish the
5
seed.
explosives,
Pepper
especially
also
with one
in
being an anchor.
portal room now.
Yeah,
Just I wish I could have gone for that zero.
it's
for
looking
sure.
like is that front?
Yeah, and it's
Pearl
so
missed
hittable.
from Nex.
Uh-oh.
That's such a
And
hittable
they-
zero. If I had 2 more bets, I would have sent that every single time. But just unfortunate.
So they're gonna have to bail from this this zero
And obviously,
cycle.
I'm sure everyone else would have
Kyle
thought the
also
same
didn't go
if
for
they hit the pro.
zero.
Yeah,
Pepper's
Kyle not going for zero.
it 'cause- yeah, no one's going for a zero. I think they're all.
Pepper doesn't even think about it. Maybe he had the
Yeah.
same thought process I did.
Very easy zero, but
Yeah,
yeah,
such
no one
an
wants to
easy
risk
zero.
it, which you can respect in this situation.
Yeah.
Liam speed bridging to chords.
Literally like one more bet and I would have probably
Yeah,
gone
so
for it, knowing
Liam
I'm behind.
Shouldn't be
So-
too far behind.
Especially if he can zero cycle. That's not a terrible zero. Was it 1 and
Yeah,
It wasn't one. Was it 1 and 8? I couldn't.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't really tell.
It was either
the dragon.
cage or 1 and 8. But if it was
yeah.
cage, that's a
I have
really
no food
easy
here, which
both
I'm nervous
both
about.
fucking both very easy zeros. Both shouldn't be too hard. If you're confident in zeros, I reckon you'd be confident going for either two of those.
I'll tell you, I
that
cannot
could
one
have
and eight.
been.
I do not know how to set up one and eight. So maybe a bit of misplaced confidence by the commentators.
If it's caged, you can very easily push 95. And there's a purge for Pepper. Pepper might be the first person to complete the seed here.
So I believe
think that
purges
means
are not
Pepper wins the whole
standardized,
thing because he was in first.
Yeah.
Wasn't
which
he? Wow.
sucks to see. But not that Pepper doesn't deserve it. He's really fast,
Yeah,
for sure.
Pepper gets the seed. I think that was in 5 birds.
But
I
I
think that should be
Pepper
from that it
seeded
doesn't seem like
last.
it's
Wins.
standardized, which sucks.
Pepper
but
seeded last in the entire tournament, just based on his average when I submitted them.
Wins in 15:43.
That's a
And
good
he's-
time.
Very
For a tournament
fast
setting.
seed from Pepper.
He's a good competitor. What can I say? That's
Well
an
done,
upset.
Pepper.
This dragon just trolling me. So when I see that Pepper completed already, I'm like, he had to have zero cycled.
And these
Like,
other
there's
two
no way I'm
runners
getting baked to this hard.
still waiting
but-
for his perch, and this Liam might have missed. In fact,
Here, I know that if I pearl, I'm left with about 5 hearts or so. I question mark because
looks
I'm
like they're building
dude,
go.
there's no way he got a
he might have just
perch.
missed the stronghold.
There's no way I'm so behind. But I know that it's likely to perch here.
Yeah, he's
'cause
up
I
on
see this
surface now,
movement.
so
I'm not confident that I make it, so I pearl. And there is an Endermite. You see it on the subtitles, Endermite Scuttles.
Wow.
And so all the Endermen rush in,
Fortunate for
Underdog
him.
and I freak out and hit an early
And
first bet.
Watches up.
And a second bet.
yeah, and then here's a perch for Kyle.
And I get the perch first, and I would have killed it
Yeah,
first.
they both.
Binyex gets it
Some
off.
bad, not too great crystal. That last crystal, those last end crystals, really saving it. As
Yeah.
Wow,
Kyle should
half
be
a
able to kill
heart.
it with their axe now. Yeah,
Yeah.
gonna be who's gonna fix.
So obviously it doesn't matter because for one, Pepper was already ahead and had already completed the seed and pretty much secured the spot, but we didn't know that, right? But again, also it doesn't matter because we're taking averages and not who's completing the seed first and second and third, etc. But it's a salt in the wound, right? Like, that is my fault that I choked 2 explosives, but damn, right? But
Finishes first. I can't tell with the little bit of stream delay
yeah,
who's gonna
so
get
that's
this
by
completion
6
first.
seconds there.
Niag's just a couple seconds faster than.
Wow, that's crazy.
So
Than
that was a
Kyle.
good pool.
He's-
I'll skip ahead to the total results page.
Kyle 8.
And so here, like, the gap was bigger because obviously Pepper finished so much faster than us. But I think if it was like if our 2 placements were reversed, I think I might have been able to overtake. Which would have been crazy. I didn't know. I thought there was a chance that I was first. I thought there was a chance that I was third. I had no idea where I was. I had no idea it was that close, and it was quite close going to that third game. So, of course, if I had known, maybe I would have tried to push that 0 with 4 beds. But I really don't think there's a world where I would have. So, that is the extent of what I was capable of, and I'm totally happy with how that played out. Yeah, I hope that gave some insight into what I was thinking throughout the matches, kind of the knowledge that I had of the situation, some decisions that I decided to make based on the level that we're at, that we're competing at. And yeah, as my first kind of full tournament experience in a more isolated group setting against a smaller group of people with commentators focused on our match and everything like that, I thought it would be fun to highlight everything and try and see my thought process compared to the commentators, what they're seeing, what they didn't see, etc. So I hope that was kind of insightful and maybe something for other players at the skill range to kind of reference and see how it feels to be playing in tournaments at this level, what your mindset kind of is and how you're feeling, how your nerves are, because it's a new experience that I think lower level players now it's starting to become such a bigger thing to have lower level tournaments, but I think for a long time in this scene there weren't too many bigger tournaments that were getting the notoriety to advertise to a lot of these lower level players, because obviously, you know, we're not in everybody's Twitch stream and everything like that, so we don't, even if there are smaller tournaments, we're not aware of them. But now that it's starting to become a bigger thing, and that people are starting to notice and enter tournaments and don't have that experience. So I hope that maybe my experience can help these people along with their own experience, everything like that. And I'm very excited to participate in the future of kind of intermediate level ranked tournaments.